Hi there, I'm Warframe. This time, I will be sharing Nokko's build, which I introduced how to farm in my previous video. Nokko is a powerful Warframe who can defeat strong enemies only by his abilities. With this build, you can defeat enemies with just abilities, even when they reach level 1300 on the Steel Pass. Now, let's gather the Warframes, Sentinels, and weapons that you'll need. Nokko, Jaya, Shade, Dirga, Mitre, and any secondary weapon needed. First, you can't start without Nokko, so gather him while referring to the previous video. Next, let's install the Helminth System. I have already explained the way to install it in a previous video. With this, you can import other Warframe abilities. Since we will be using Archon Shards, make sure to complete the Veil Breaker quest and upgrade the Helminth module as well. For details, please check the video about Archon Shards. After getting the Helminth System, gather the Warframe called Jaya next. To get this Warframe, you must complete the quest called the Angel of Zariman. Then, you can access a syndicate called Hold Fast, and from this Hold Fast, you will receive bounty missions. The blueprint for Jaya can be acquired as a reward from these bounties. Repeat bounty missions to gather Jaya. Once you have both types of Warframe, craft the two types of Sentinels next, Shade and Dirga. Shade exists three versions, the normal, Prisma, and Prime versions. Their abilities are all the same, so choose one that is easy to craft. You can buy blueprints for the normal version from the market terminal. The Prisma version is available from trader Vulklok. The Prime version will be available from Relic. When Hildren Prime returns, you will get relics by spending Aya from Prime Resurgence. You can craft Dirga using blueprints available from the market. By crafting Dirga, you get the Sentinel weapon, Vulklok, as well. This time, we will use this Sentinel weapon rather than the Dirga. The blueprint and parts for the primary weapon Mitre should be available by defeating the boss on Ceres. Check out past videos for info on Ceres Boss. These are the summary of how to get the equipment we will be using this time. Now, let's see Nokko's build. I'll give you about 10 seconds, so pause the video and take a screenshot. Now, I'll share you the replacement of abilities, Archon Shards, the role, and how to get mods. First, let's replace the third ability with Giants. Nokko's third ability grants invincibility and increases movement speed when touching circular spores. However, since there is no synergy with other abilities, I decided to replace it with Giant's ability this time. With this ability, Nokko can suck enemies with his abilities. Once you have replaced the ability, be sure to install the Archon Shards. This time, let's use the red shards to increase the strength of the abilities. The strength of the abilities is directly linked to firepower. It's not necessary, but if you have it, you should use it. Next, let's install the mods. First, after completing the Silver Grove quest, gather plants and hunt specters to get Brief Respite. I've summarized the exact way to do it in a video. When you use this mod and activate an ability, it restores shields for 1.5 times the amount of energy you used. Next, using the catalyzing seals from the Corruoted mod to reduce the shield amount to 80 on purpose. Next, use the Corruoted mod Blind Rage to increase the strength of your abilities while increasing energy consumption. Please refer to this video for how to get the Corruoted mods. Brief Respite, Catalyzing Shields, Blind Rage. By combining these three mods and activating any ability other than the first one, your shield will be full in no time. As long as you have energy, you can spam abilities and restore your shield at any time. Therefore, increasing the amount of energy is also critical. Buy Primed Flow from trader Vulklok. If you don't have it, the normal version will do. Next, let's install Primed Surefooted, available from the Daily Tribute. With this mod, you can safely cast abilities without falling. If you don't have it, the normal version will do. Next, install the Rolling Guard, available from the Arbitration mission. Thanks to this mod, Rolling grants you invisibility and removes status effects. There is a cooldown, but it should increase survivability a lot. For Arbitration, I've summarized it in a past video. Next, make sure to increase the strength of your abilities as well. Use Transient Fortitude, which is a corrupted mod, and also use Intensify, available every 20 minutes during survival mission on Mercury, etc. Next, let's install Archon Stretch and Archon Continuity. These can extend the range and duration of abilities. By using Archon Stretch, you can recover energy using Gyre's ability. And by installing Archon Continuity, you can add the corrosive element to the Force ability. For the finishes, let's install Arcane. Use Mode Augmented, available in Zarman, and the Arcane Crepuscular, available in Hobanian. Thanks to Mode Augmented, the more enemies you defeat, the more powerful your abilities become. This time, since Shade's ability always makes you invisible, use Arcane Crepuscular too. While invisible, you can increase ability strength and critical damage. Now, the Nokko build is complete. Mushrooms from Nokko's first and second abilities. Moreover, if Shade is destroyed, you can revive it faster by defeating enemies with your ability while bouncing. Next, let's add Tenacious Bond. If the Sentinel weapon's critical chance is 50% or higher, you can increase critical damage. Nokko's Force ability triggers critical hits, so perhaps we can expect increased firepower. Then, let's add Momentous Bond. Defeating Xmas will add random elemental damage to Sentinel's attack. Since you can only attack with Nokko's abilities and Sentinel weapons this time, this mod will be reliable. The three mods introduced so far, Aerial Bond, Tenacious Bond, and Momentous Bond, are available with points from bids in Solaris United. However, you must raise the Solaris United ranks to the 3rd level, earn points steadily, and raise your rank. Next, let's use Duplex Bond to create a Sentinel clone. Using 100 energy will easily create a clone. Finally, spread status effects with Contagious Bond. Sentinels defeat enemies rarely, but installing them is worth it. The Contagious Bond and the Duplex Bond listed here are available for points from Sun in Entrati. To buy them, you need to raise your Entrati rank to the 3rd level. Keep working steadily on Cambion Drift's bounties, mining, fishing, etc. And to speed up Sentinel's revival, buy Primed Regain from Marketeer. Now, that's all for the Sentinel's build. Next, let's take a look at the Sentinel's weapons build for Vulklok. I'll give you about 10 seconds, so pause the video and take a screenshot. Now, let's see the role and how to get each mod. First, use a critical delay, which is corrupted mod, to increase the critical chance. Next, use Galvanized Aptitude, available from the Arbitration mission, to increase the status chance. Thanks to this mod, the firepower against enemies affected by various status effects will increase. Next, we will add the Hammer Shot, available from Nightmare missions on Mars, Earth, Venus, Mercury, etc. This will increase the status chance and critical damage. Then, use the remaining slots to increase the number of elements and raise the status chance. Thermite rounds and Malignant Force will be used to create the gas element. Thermite rounds is available in spy missions after Uranus. If you take 3 data, Malignant Force is available from the Corrupted Ball in the Void. If you go to the missions in Mithra, Mott, and Aten at Void, you can challenge the Corrupted Ball. And let's increase the status chance with High Voltage. Buy this mod from Marketeer. You can also get it by finding 3 caches during the Sabotage mission in Eris, but it's quite a challenge. Next, head to the laboratory, accessible after completing the Whispers in the Wall quest. Now you can get Radiated Reload, which adds radiation elements from enemies in the laboratory. Finally, clear Hex Quest and hunt Techrot in Hobania. You should get Magnetic Capacity, which adds magnetic element. Now, the build for the Sentinel weapon is complete. Nokko spreads viral, toxin, and corrosive status effects. With this weapon, spread status effects such as gas, magnetic, radiation, and electricity. Galvanized Aptitude activates, and the firepower will increase based on the number of status effects. By following these steps, you can increase your firepower significantly. Of course, you can also ensure critical hits. Now, let's take a break and see the secondary weapons build. This time, we won't use secondary weapon, actually. However, only the set mods should be installed. Install Augur Pact, Augur Seeker, and Saxon Spittle. Augur mods are available as rewards for bounty missions in the Plains of Eidolon. Saxon Spittle is available as a reward for bounty missions in the Cambion Drift. If you can install 2 Augur mods, the shield recovery amount when activating an ability will increase. Combined with the effect of Brief Respite in Nokko, you can restore shields equal to 2.3 times the energy spent. And I've already increased the energy consumption with Blind Rage and reduced shield capacity to 80 on purpose, with catalyzing shields. Therefore, even when activating the first ability, you can instantly fill the shields to full. So even if it isn't useful as a weapon, you can improve your survivability by the set effect. Then, thanks to Saxon Spittle's effect, additional attack chance will increase. Now, the secondary weapon build is complete. Every weapon works, so use whichever one you like. Feel free to install any mods you like in the available slots. Next is a build for the primary weapon, the Mitre. It will be used for Nullifier's countermeasures. It's unnecessary if there is no craft or corpus. Now, let's take a look at the role of mod. First, be sure to install Neutralizing Justice, available from Steel Meridian. For details on how to get it, please watch a video about the Syndicate. With this mod, you can deal with nullifiers that disable abilities. Hold down the fire bottom on the Mitre to fully charge, then hit the nullifier's shields to destroy it with high probability. After that, increasing the firing rate reduces the time to fully charge. The Corruoted Mod Bile Acceleration increases firing speed with damage reduction. Speed Trigger available from various enemies. Vigilante Fever available from the bounty in Plains of Eidolon. Primed Shred available from Marketeer. All these mods will increase your firing speed. Then, let's accelerate the projectile with terminal velocity. You can get it from the boss of the Void Sabotage mission. Finally, install Primary Accelerate to recover some energy. This arcane is available in Diver's mission. Now, your Mitre build is complete. Feel free to use any open slot you like. Once a build is complete, choose your operator's skill at last. This time, Generic is recommended. Thanks to Inner Might, energy management will become easier. Now that the build is complete, let's try using it. This time, let's try it out in Void Survivor mission on the Steel Pass. When you start the mission, deploy 2 of the second ability. Next, activate the fourth ability. This doubles the effect of the second ability, and the energy is full in no time. Once your energy is stored up, attack enemies with your abilities. Deploy the first ability near the enemy. It can spread viral damage, and with Gyre's ability ported to the third ability, you can gather enemies by inflicting the electricity status effect. This allows you to recover energy with the Archon Stretch effect. Reactivating it will instantly vacuum up enemies. Then, launch fourth ability at the enemy. Thanks to Archon continuity, you can spread toxin and corrosive damage, and keep bouncing on the mushrooms with the second ability. Thanks to aerial bonds effects, you can spread the cold status effects. Afterwards, keep activating your abilities at all times to prevent them from expiring. You can place first ability in 4 places, second abilities in 2 places, and fourth abilities in 3 places. It will be best to place abilities to keep this number at all times. There is no problem if an acolyte appears. Just place the first ability near yourself. The synergy between the first and fourth abilities will defeat the acolytes automatically. And just be careful not to use weapons in a panic. Thanks to Ceres Ghost mod, invisibility is sustained. When the nullifier appears, make sure to hit Mitra's fully charged shot. It can destroy the shield, so there is no problem. It seems dangerous, but with the rolling guard, it should work. As long as you have energy, you can restore your shield in no time by launching an ability. Even if you are defeated, there is no problem, as long as the mushroom from the first or second ability remains. In spluttering form, you can revive yourself by reaching a mushroom placed with abilities. Stay cool and go to the mushroom location shown on the map in the upper left. Of course, if the mushroom is destroyed by a nullifier, you can't revive you, so be careful about that. Until Nokko revives with this passive ability, the acolyte will not retreat, as Nokko is not defeated yet. So stay calm, go to the mushrooms, and try to revive. At first, place 2 of the second ability. Then, deploy the fourth ability to store energy. Place the first ability near the enemy, gathering enemies with the third ability. Bounce on the mushroom on the second ability. Cast the fourth ability at the enemy. Use Miter to break the nullifier's shield. Always keep the first, second, and fourth ability. If you keep these 7 points in mind, you can keep defeating enemies on the steel path using only your abilities. Of course, the Sentinels will also fight together automatically. Therefore, combined with Warframe abilities, you can also spread status effects like cold, electricity, toxic, corrosive, viral, gas, magnetic, and radiation. Sentinel weapons have Galvanized Aptitude, so Sentinel firepower should increase a lot. In this test, I was able to survive for 3 hours in a survival mission on the Steel Pass. Even if the enemy level rises to 1300, it is possible to keep defeating them. I had to finish this mission due to a lag, but maybe we can fight even higher level enemies. This is an overview of Nokko's build that can fight only with abilities. Since the ability to deploy mushrooms is critical, I thought this Warframe should be incredibly strong in the missions with limited movement. Defense and survival missions seem to work well for him. Thank you very much for watching. If you want more videos, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye!